The Lancer, size unknown, 275 tonnes by 7 metres high though, lost on the 18th of July in 1918, and that was to a collision. Actually hit another yacht, HMS Vagrant, smashed into her. They did try putting her under tow, and this boat we're looking at now is an armed trawler, had a £6 gun on it, and it was heading to New Haven, but like I said, under tow, and unfortunately they couldn't keep her afloat, had to let her go, and that's where she sank in the position that she is in today. So the Lancer is a very scattered wreck. It's really broken up. The front of it's quite proud, and you get a nice shot of it here now. As you're looking at it, we're looking at the bow now, and you can really make out the shape. It's a little bit blurry on this particular dive, courtesy of Beauty Wreck Divers again. Here they go down now, going down towards it. So it does stand up really high though. So as you're approaching this wreck on the drift, as that wreck's coming in, be aware that it will suddenly, if you're near the bottom, it will suddenly catch you out. Sweeping through there, and we see it's all broken up, all the decks have fallen inside, and someone's lost a nice shiny 150-gram slow jig there by the looks of it. I bet there's a fortune to be made for divers diving these wrecks in the summer on the inshore. The amount of lures we lose on them is unreal. But yeah, quite a broken up wreck. Now it's just south of the Brisbane, and it is a really popular bass wreck. If the Brisbane's got bass on it, then the Lancer's usually got a few lurking around it too. So if you rock up to the Brisbane a bit late on a nice summer's day and find 10 boats on it already, the Lancer sometimes gets left alone because everyone focuses on the Brisbane, but it does hold, and it is a very good bass wreck in its own right. Throws up a few small pollock as well, and it is polluted with small conger eels. So if you're looking for a day at anchor, this actually, because it's so broken up and it's quite an easy one to anchor, it is polluted, and I'll put a photograph in a minute for you. But yeah, courtesy of Stuart Foster, dive friend of mine, sent me a lovely photo of a load of conger eels stuck in the boiler, which you're going to see in a minute. So yeah, bass, small pollock, conger, and as you can see, loads of bait fish. Now, there's a little tiny conger here somewhere if you can spot it. So yeah, as you can see in a minute now, the main body of the wreck is really quite snaggy and broken up. But this is where the eels are all going to be living. And you can see there, I mean, look, there's loads of little pouts swimming about there. It's a real nice home for the fish, these ones. And it's only a few miles from New Haven, and it is right near Brisbane, which everyone fishes. So if you do drop on the Brisbane and one particular day it hasn't got a fish on it, then the Lancer here is just another good shout as well. But parts of this wreck are really, really broken up. And it's covered in little, nice spider crab coming in there. It's covered in like little sponges and stuff. So if you do hook up, sometimes you hook up into the sponges, you can pull it out. But yeah, it is quite a snaggy in places, this one. Opening out now, you can see the bottom of this one. I mean, this is a lovely shot of the helm wheel there, the steering wheel, as it were. Absolutely brilliant shot. So this really fascinated me. I've kept it in, not because it has any interest in the wreck, but I don't see too many wheels like this. This is proper old school wheel there, and here comes all these bait fish again. A few bits of rope snagging off of it, as you can see, but the life on this wreck is normally very vivid. So lots and lots of pout, which is obviously, of course, what the bass and the conger and the pollock are going to be feeding on. So this here, I believe, and I'm no expert, but I believe that is the one and only boiler this vessel had, and this is actually where all the eels I tend to hide in. These boilers got loads of holes through them, and the eels get in there and they just sit in there and use it as one big like eel home basically. And this is where this photo was taken. I'm going to show you right now. So the Navionics app view then sits northeast down to southwest, so it sits slightly across the tide. As you can see, it's got a ton of markers over it. It's really popular with divers and fishermen alike. It has got a scour sitting to the east of it. So a scour, for those not aware, is basically where the wreck's dragged in the sand slightly, or it's created a bit of a offshore drift. So basically it's a depression in the ground. That can hold fish as well. Any wreck like that is always worth putting a bait down in the scour. But there you have it. Good luck.